Here we go, those are 5 red lights for the Silverstone sprints. It's going to be an Alpine 1-2, lights out, and away we go for the sprints. And I think both Alpines did get a pretty good start, and I believe there's a few drivers there in the bottom half of the background dropping down. Techby already trying to battle with Kevin's as we go into turn 3. And I think the McLaren has got that, but he's going to be under pressure by Jordan as Jordan heads down the inside. Kevin's has lost 2 positions in the opening few corners, and the Red Bull holds it down the inside of the McLaren. Can the Red Bull clear the McLaren as we go into Brooklands? Asteroid once again has disconnected. Hopefully the lobby host can get them back in. And I think the Red Bull gets that done, gets very close. And there's a spin there for the Mercedes reserve. Half spin, manages to catch it. And they are going to be ghosted and probably fall down many positions. As you see, Rev Rob having a go on Tixie round the outside into Woodcut right now. And has the McLaren got that move? I think he has. And as you look behind, Tixie is still trying to hold it down the inside of a Haas now. And I think the Haas has just managed to stay in front. I don't think he's going to be able to get them. And I think an RB there is looking to go down the inside of Sleek into Stone right there. Tixie on Sleek. And I think Tixie has got that move. But the Haas is going to send one down the inside once again going into Vale. And the Haas has got that. But now Yuri is going to try his look around the outside. Just can't get it. And I think the Mercedes reserve as well, just sweeping down the inside of Kevin's, gets that move as well. Rev Rob as well, down the inside of Abbey. And I think the McLaren just had to give that position up. Look at the front, are there any changes? Yes, Jordan is going to go down the inside of Jay Snowy. Jay Snowy goes off the track a little bit there, but this is for the lead of the race. And Jordan has to go around the outside there, but gets the better exit speed up into the lead. And Techevi already trying to battle with Jordan as well. And Jordan is going to force himself to go defensive. And the Alpine is going to send one down the inside, but gets squeezed a little bit. And Techevi spins round there with a bit of contact with Jordan. And that is Techby down in P15, 16, 17, 18, and maybe even 19. As Smithy is going to go down the inside of Asteroid as well and gets up into P17. Jay Snowy already looking for a move on Jordan. And so is the Mercedes reserve as well. Down the inside he goes. He can't quite get both of them. And I think Cam is going to send one down the inside of the Alpine here of Kevin's. Yes, he does. Gets the move quite nicely, and I think Rev Rob is just going to try and follow him through. Round the outside, he has to go into the loop, though, and into Aintree. And the McLaren is still going to have to try and fight that round the outside. May even try to go down the inside of the Alpine as well. I didn't even realise he already got swallowed by the Alpine. So the RB is there of Taylor. Taylor is going to try and hold one down the inside, trying to follow Rev Rob through. Rev Rob has got the position. Has Kevin's been able to defend off Taylor? That's the question, though. As we go into Cop's corner, is it going to be the RB? Is it going to be the Alpine? Through we go, and I think it might just be the RB. The Alpine gets pushed off a little bit. Mighty King already trying to go around the outside. Actually, Mighty King just stays behind. He's still going to be side by side by these two, going into Magnus and Beckett's. And I think Tylo got a bit on the two on the curbs there and has to settle behind. The whole fight, though, happening behind, and I think Toby's involved in it. Yuri has unfortunately retired from the session. Toby goes down the inside of Mighty King, I do believe, but Mighty King retakes it around the outside. And I think all positions are just going to remain the same. But Tomoz going to go down the inside, gets half spun by the RB, and everyone behind them just has to settle behind. But look at Techebi. He's not waiting around. He wants to try and get these positions, and he's already back up into P14. Jordan getting really close to the Mercedes reserve. I didn't even realise that the Mercedes reserve of Dome had actually got up into the lead of the race. With the DRS on with the battery. But Tixie, look at the straight line speed he has. He isn't able to get the Red Bull, but the Red Bull goes down the inside. But look at the Mercedes reserve of Dome. And Jordan goes into the pits. Tixie is just going to stay behind Dome. But look at the whole bunch of cars coming out of the pit lane. Where are they going to come out compared to Jay Snowy? Jay Snowy through turn 2 right there. And he's ahead of everyone. Dome on the battery, though, and he's going to try to send on the RB going into Stoke Corner. And he gets the move. We'll see if he heads into the pits. Can Neb defend off Smithy? No, Smithy sweeps from around the outside. And both Dome and Tixie into the pits, interestingly enough. Toby into the pits as well, so the Mercedes will double stack as Toby gets a 10 seconds. We saw it a lot of time in Division 2. It's going to happen in Division 1. And I think Jay Snowy is also going to go for it on Dome as well. Down the inside he goes into Brooklands. And the Mercedes has to do some defensive driving. as he tries to retake it down the inside of the Alpine. The Haas of Sleek there, though, is just behind, as I think we see Dome going down the inside of Jay Snowy there, and Dome is in front of Jay Snowy going into Stone. Pow as well is making the jump on Mighty King as well. I think he even might have got the jump on Tylo as well, as Tylo is going to try and hold it around the inside of Mighty King. And I think Tomoz is going to get in on this battle as well. No, he doesn't. But the the Williams and the RB still battling out, as the Williams of Mighty King has come off worse there and has rejoined in P16, as Neb is going around the outside of Tomoz. Tomoz got the move on Talo. And I think through Woodcut. Still wheel to wheel. Tomoz just gets the position though. Is Talo going to try and tactically take some wider lines to get the better straight line speed? As I think that's Toby there. Smithy had a moment going through Beckett's. And a Neb there, as you can see, going for the move on Tomoz. And he's in front going into Stone. I think Mighty King is just trying to hold it around the outside of Techby and gets the move. I didn't quite see it because of the camera angles, but Mighty King, up into P15. Speaking of Smithy, he's going down the inside of Toby. And gets the move as well. Oh, it's Tylo, and I think that is Smithy as well. Just making contact, and because of the contact model, Tylo goes into the wall. He's basically a passenger at that point, and so is Smithy. Oh, look at Neb though. He's got so much better straight line speed than the Aston Martin. Sends one down the inside with the soft tyres, and with the grip he's got, he can make that move. Neb up into P9. Jordan only 3/10 behind Tixie at the moment. Still utilising that DRS as Dome and Jason Owie go side by side through Cop's corner. And Dome manages to hold on to that. As I think we are going to see a move from Techby down the inside of Tomoz. Into Stowe. And again gets that move quite nice. But Tomoz goes off the circuit. Neb is going to look for the move on Kevin's though. And you can see already passed before Stowe. And Techby gets past Toby as well. But at the same time, he doesn't want to keep too far behind, as Tixie can just pull away. And I think Jordan is going to go for that. Dome as well is going to go around the outside. Dome gets pushed off a little bit. Jordan takes the lead of the Silverstone Sprint. And Tixie holding P2. But around the outside he goes with a better traction. And manages to stay in front. Nicely done by Tixie. I want to spectate this as much as I can. But at the same time, I want to spectate these other things as Tomoz has a bit of debris flying off there, a bit of his front end plate. Did him and Matthew May make contact? And now as we go onto the hanger straight, he's burning. He's got the DRS. When is he going to go? He's going to go now. Round the outside he goes. Is he going to be able to get past before Stowe? Tixie holds it down the inside. There's a bit of contact. And Tixie has forced Jordan off there. Jordan retakes it down the inside. Look at Dome, they're going for a send on both of them. Can't get any of them. And it's going to be Jordan to take the sprint if he can hold on to Tixie. Round Club he goes, jumps over the curb. And he gets a 10-second penalty for that. And drops him down to P7. Now P8, even P10. Why did Jordan try that? Why did he do that? He jumped over the final curb. And he's going to qualify in P12 for this race. So Tixie inherits pole position for the race. Sleek finishes in P2. Look at that gap though. Dome finishes in P3 with Jay Snowy 7 milliseconds behind. Dome qualifies P4. Revrob qualifies P5. Cam in P6. Pal P7. Neb starting in P8. Kevin's in P9. And Mighty King rounds off the points in the sprint. Here we go though to 5 red lights for the Silverstone Grand Prix. It's an RB and Haas. And it's go, go, go for the British Grand Prix. I think the top two did get away pretty nicely. But back down there it's Jason Owie and Dome. Going to be fighting it out as the Haas goes a little bit slow there. Look at Revrob going down the inside of the Mercedes. Can't quite get the Alpine. Actually, the Alpine is ghosted, so he is going to try and hold it around the outside. A bit of a tap there as I think that's Smithy, who is not able to move, but Revrob and Jason Owie still going side by side as we head into Brooklands. The McLaren just gets in front. Mighty King going down the inside of Techby, gets the move. Techby outbreaks himself by quite a lot, and is able to stay in front of Mighty King. And had to stay behind, but look at the front there. Jordan and Dome going side by side, so Dome must have had an issue of some sorts, as he's been passed by Cam as well. Yellow flags in the back, that's Kevin's, who has unfortunately spun there, as Dome goes all the way off the track. And Jordan gets through. Powell now trying to retake it around the outside on the inside of Magnus and Beckett's. And I think all of those are just going to remain the same. But look at Techby going to try to send down the inside of the dome as well. So now Techby gets himself back up into P8 as well. Yuri gets past his teammates as well of Matthew May. Matthew May going to try and retake it down the inside. No, he doesn't. But look at Asteroid. He goes down the outside of Matthew May and gets into P15. It's turn 3. No, he doesn't. But Cam is going to go down the inside of Jay Snowy. Jay Snowy has the inside. Tries to make the move on the McLaren as well. Isn't able to. And with that, Cam swoops it around the outside and gets in front of Jay Snowy. Nicely done by Cam. And now can Cam challenge for Rev Rob? That was a little bit of a tongue twister to say. No, he can't. He stays behind. But the Aston Martin goes down the inside of Techby. And it's still wheel to wheel as we go into Luffield. And I think the Aston Martin might just have the better grip around the outside. But Techby with the better, softs down on the inside there. Gets the position. That reminds me to turn on this stuff. Asteroid gets past Neb. And that is big. Tom Oz is holding up this train a little bit as he goes a bit wide out of Chapel. And that gives Asteroid and Neb the line there. And it gives Yuri the line as well. A little bit of contact though. As there's even more contact. Yuri goes around the outside of the Aston Martin. And that is definitely the Aston Martin's fault there. Yuri did nothing wrong. As I think that's Techby going down the inside of Jay Snowy. Gets the move quite nicely. Oh, and that's an Aston Martin and a Mercedes going around there. Powell and Dome. I don't know whose fault that was as I saw that late. Can Neb get the position on Asteroid? Only a 2-car train this. Well, I would love to spectate that, but we're going to spectate the front as Rev Rob makes a move for the lead of the British Grand Prix round the outside of Stowe. And gets that move quite nicely, but Tixie might try and look for it down the inside. No, he doesn't. So in that meantime, he just has to stay with this fight. Slick is looking really close, but Tixie already down the inside of the McLaren and retakes the lead of the British Grand Prix. And so does Asteroid, getting past his rival of Neb as well. And I think there's going to be a few just DRS swaps in this leading train as Jay Snowy goes down the inside of Jordan. Mighty King as well gets the move on Jordan as well. Jordan has been swallowed by a few drivers, already trying to retake Mighty King down the inside of Cops Corner and gets that move. And Powell has unfortunately spun on the exit of Luffield. He's on the battery. He's got the DRS open. Can he go for the move? And he's already going to pull to the inside. And he's already passed going into Stowe Corner. Rev Rob takes the lead of the race. And everyone is going to maintain position right behind them. Good move by the McLaren, but Techby goes down the inside of Cam. Obviously Ferrari McLaren, massive battle in the OCC right now. And Cam just stays in front, but Jason Owie goes down the inside of the McLaren. I think there was a slight bit of contact there, but remains all clean. And no positions really are being made there, but Jason Owie already trying to challenge down the inside of the McLaren, going into turn 3. And I think Jason Owie is even trying to look for the move on the Ferrari as well, but isn't able to. And it's still going to be wheel to wheel between these two. Alpine on the outside, McLaren on the inside. Jason Owie just isn't able to get the move. Tyler goes around the inside of Toby as well into Luffield. And I think Tyler is going to hold that, but the Mercedes with the better exits get out of Luffield into Woodcote. And Toby goes down the inside and is already past the RB, going into Cops Corner. Nicely done. He's still on the... Well, obviously, of course he's on the medium tyres. He hasn't pit yet. And he's already going to be passed. And I think even Sleek as well is going to be passed as well. Rev Rob might have had a moment coming through Beckett's as he's lost a lot of straight line speed there. And that's given the two drivers behind him the lead and P2. So I think Cam there is going to try and go down the inside, but he's already been challenged by Techby. As Techby now on the inside, going into the final corner of Club, and Techby gets up into P4. It's going to see a McLaren 3-4 at the moment, but Cam is right behind in P5. Always Cam hops over the curb there, and has been passed by the Red Bull. Jason Owie looking for it as well around the outside. And Jason Owie tried to go down the inside of the Red Bull as well, but isn't able to. And it's now going to be Mighty King. Oh, as Mighty King gets tapped there by Cam. I think Cam might have just left the space enough, but I'll have to have another replay of that. Mighty King now down the inside of Toby. And Mighty King gets another snap, and into the wall he goes. Another yellow flag, and I wonder if he will just retire. I think Sleek is going to be able to get that move done pretty easily. On the soft tyre, he's already up into the lead of the race. And that rear right of 60 didn't really look that healthy, if I'm going to be completely honest. I just hope that is visual damage. And I think that's a bit more confirmation as he gets a big snap coming through Luffield. and he gets passed by both of the McLarens as we now come down the hangar straight. Who is it going to be? And I think Revrob pulls to the inside. Tixie as well is trying to already make amends of that. But can it be a McLaren 1-2 as the RB gets a massive snap, goes all the way off the track and rejoins in P8. Neb there goes into the pits. Sleek now down in P4. So the McLarens have taken P1 and P2. Jordan in P3. Sleek in P4. Always Sleek there, trying to go down the inside of, I think, Jordan. Gets tapped around a little bit, and he is now down in P6. Oh, Neb hasn't come in. Oh, it was Cam. It was Cam. Cam came into the pits. 14 seconds behind this train. I'm pretty sure he can catch up in the next few laps. And he can utilise those mediums, to be fair. He can push on them and try and get ahead. As the two McLarens going to be swapping positions there. They don't want to lose time fighting with this pack behind. As Revrob dives into the pits, Techaby stays out. He's going to have to do all the hard work as the RB there of Tixie tries to go down the inside. Oh, actually, no, he went off. And Jay Snowy it was down the inside of Techaby. And he gets spun as well. As Tixie and Jay Snowy going side by side into Wabby there. Jay Snowy getting the move done. He might be under pressured by the drivers behind. As I think that's Jason, no, Smithy. Going down the inside of Jay Snowy. And Neb goes off the track as well. But Smithy loses the place to Jay Snowy. Jay Snowy in P5. And I think down this next straight, Jay Snowy might just be able to get past Neb. But can Jordan make the move on Techaby? I don't think he's close enough. So we'll see what Jay Snowy can do in the Alpine. Dives to the outside. And I think Tixie is going to try and make a move on... Tixie goes down, actually, all three of them. And they're going to go three abreast into the final corner. And who is going to be the better out of this one? Neb backs out. Smart move. But Jay Snowy takes the lead of that train. Tixie P5. Smithy P6. Neb the worst driver out of that one. And three drivers ahead of them have pitted, Techaby, Sleek and Jordan. So 5 drivers still yet to pit. Jay Snowy, Tixie, Smithy, Neb and Kevins. Let's see where these three will come out. Techaby on pit exit right now. And I think, look at that, Cam is already in front of them. So is Revrob as well. So they have lost a bit of time by staying out. So the undercut has worked for Mr. Brightside and Revrob. Cam, obviously. As we now go on to the hangar straights. Neb is in that fight as well. Tixie pulling to the inside and already gets the move. And I don't think the Williams is going to go for it. Now, will these drivers pit? Are they going to veer off to the right? No, they don't. All 4 of them stay out. I don't think Kevins is going to come in. Smithy actually gets past Jay Snowy. Jay Snowy must have had a moment there. And can Smithy look to go around the outside, maybe get the switch back potentially on Jay Snowy? No, he can't, but he still has one more corner. But Neb sends one down the inside of the Williams driver. And I think Neb gets the exit speed there and gets the move. Lovely done. Oh, lovely done. Simply done. Whatever the word is. Nicely done by Neb there. As Cam once again gets the move on Revrob as well. Revrob trying to hold that round the outside. Just can't get the exit speed to do so though. But Jordan is right there as well. This Jordan is already trying to overtake the McLaren round the outside. That was so close to contact. How did they not touch? That must have been millimetres to contact. But Jordan does indeed get the place there. Jordan and Cam. Can Jordan get past the Ferrari? He's going to go down to the inside. Yes, he does. It's still going to be wheel to wheel though. Can Cam hold this as Smithy heads into the pits? Still wheel to wheel going into Vale. And I think Jordan gets that. Revrob trying to battle with Neb with Cam already. As I think Cam had a moment there. He was ghosted momentarily, but he's now unghosted. And the McLarens have to try and get past fair and square. Does anyone actually still use that terminology, fair and square? Just sounds a bit so childish these days. But Neb there goes down the inside of Jay Snowy. Gets up into P2. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. There's another one for you as well. Cam already on the back of Jordan. Pulls to the outside. That's going to be an easy position there for Cam. As Neb and Jay Snowy now head into the pits, they're going to lose a lot of time to this train behind. As you can already see Cam already on the pit straight. And yeah, I don't really know what Neb and Jason were thinking staying out this long if they saw that the undercut was powerful. Cam is going to be under pressure by Jordan. Jordan is already pulling to the outside to make the overtake even before the actual straight. And Rev Robber saw that as well. Goes down the outside, so does Techby as well. But Cam holds it around the inside. But they are still going to be wheel to wheel going into Vale. And the McLaren brakes latest. Gets the inside there. But Cam has the inside from the next corner. But just being forced out of room there as the Haas of Sleek there sends one down the inside of the Ferrari. The Ferrari tries to fight this back down the inside. But I don't think he has the grip to do so. And Sleek gets in front. What can Asteroid do though? He's already pulling to the outside of the Ferrari. And I think he's already got past. Nicely done by Asteroid. And Cam already down in P7. Softs can easily last 11 laps. As Jordan is already trying to retake Rev Rob down the inside. So is Techby as well. Techby goes down the outside as well. So softs are quick. Oh, as Jordan gets a big snap. It was a bit slidey through Beckett's there. And Techby already gets past. Can Rev Rob go down the inside as well to reclaim what was a McLaren 1-2? Not quite, but he's still going to be on the outside there. But Sleek going for it down the inside of the McLaren. And no positions being made. But Jordan goes off the track there as Mighty King has spun there on the exit of Luffield. Toby gets the move, and we might see a few passes here. As you can see, Kevin goes really deep into that corner, and Techby already gets past. Obviously has the DRS. Jordan gets past as well. Who's going to pass behind? And it's going to be Sleek and Rev Rob together. Sleek just gets in front though. Cam also gets past as well. Kevin's actually going to still try and maintain it down the inside. But Cam just has the better tyres, obviously. Kevin's has been on those mediums since the start of the race. Maybe he's just trying to go as long as he can and just try and snatch the fastest lap at the end. But if you aren't in the top 10, you won't get that fastest lap point. I don't think he knows that. Oh, is there going really close there? Smithy round the Tixie. Round the outside he goes. And yet, Kevin's just has nothing to defend off. Kevin's finally goes into the pits. And I was honestly thinking it would have been hilarious if he got a 10-second penalty as well. But he's going to remain, he's going to rejoin in last place. But Tixie there going down the outside of Asteroid, really close, going into Abbey. And I think the RB has just got that pretty nicely. Yes, he has. Up into P6 for him. But Techby is really under pressure by Sleek. But Techby obviously has that DRS. And he is going to try and pass Jordan, as you can see. Round the outside of Stowe he goes. Gets the move. Jordan can't really defend himself, but he is trying to still battle this down the inside. But he's going to go to wheel with Sleek. But Jordan breaks latest. Still gets down the inside of the McLaren. And Jordan remains in P1. Great defensive driving from the Red Bull. As I think Rev Rob there goes down the inside of Tixie. Kevin's with another 3-second penalty there. Still side by side with the McLaren and the RB. Tixie is starting a comeback here. Round the outside he goes. And he's still going to hold it down the inside of the McLaren going into the loop. And gets the move quite nicely. Tixie up into P4. And P1 is not that far in front of him. Cam, sorry. Pull to the inside, try and get down the inside, but Rev Rob already trying to look down the inside once again on Tixie. Tixie with the inside, and I think with a better exit speed, he's just going to get that. But he taps the Haas of Sleek a little bit, and that does knock his rear out a little bit to being a bit unstable. We'll just I will just keep an eye on what he's doing. That's actually quite a good move, to be fair to him. Down the inside of Tylo. P12 it is for him. He's actually doing quite nicely there, but like I said, could have been much more better, and he is able to just pull a bit of a gap. But Tixie goes down the outside of Rev Rob. Can he get the position? As he's still going to remain wheel to wheel. He switches to the outside now. And he's still going to remain down the inside, and I think he might get that. Oh, he taps the McLaren off, and the McLaren goes off onto the runoff area and goes down to P7. Tixie gets P4. Sleek is just trying to keep within this as well, but Tixie as well. Not too far behind as Tixie looks down the inside of Sleek. Sleek gets the snap, and Tixie takes the position into the podium positions he is now. Is Tixie still on for a win here? It's going to be very neck and neck going on to the straight. Tixie is going to get all the benefit in the world of the DRS, and so is Techaby. Jordan is going to have to burn like mad on 57% ERS, but Techaby has 78. Tixie only on 30. Here we go for the final time around Silverstone in Division 1. The DRS is on for Techaby. The DRS is on for Tixie. Tixie is too far back, but Techaby isn't. Slick actually gets past Tixie once again, but Techaby takes the lead of the race, and he's burning as he is going to come into Vale and into Club in the lead of the race. And it's been a pretty dominant drive from him, using the cars in front to keep him behind. Techaby crosses the line, wins the British Grand Prix. Jordan takes P2 and Sleek rounds off the podium in P3. Tixie, he was cooking on those softs, but has to settle for P4. Cam finishing in P5 with Asteroid in P6. Rev Rob finishes in P7 with that unfortunate contact with Tixie in the final few laps. Like I said, Tixie might be getting a post-race penalty should it have been his fault. Neb finishes in P8, Jay Snowy P9, Smithy P10, Toby P11 on those hards. Tylo finishes in P13 with Kevin's in P14. And then Dome finishes in P15 with Pow in P16, Yuri in P17, Tomoz in P18, and Matthew Mabel. Obviously, those five, unfortunately, DNF'd out of the race.